So one of the most important things to create a calm dog is to make sure that your dog goes in and out of the crate calmly. So these dogs are all actually pretty calm right now, but when I go up to the crate, she might get a little bit antsy. So she's not getting antsy, but if she was to come forward and like paw at the crate, I would stand back and wait for her to get calm. So let's see if this dog will do it. So he's getting antsy. I'm gonna wait for him to calm down. 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 Good. I'm going to open the crate. So if he was to come out, I would just shut the crate. If he was to try and come out, I would just shut the crate and wait for him to be calm. No, down. So just because I put this on, does not mean that he can come out of the crate. So just because I put the leash on doesn't mean that he can come out. Okay. So I just want him to be respectful of coming out of the crate and just be calm when coming out of the crate. When you go to entryways like this doorway, we're going up the stairs, I want him to be calm before I go up the stairs. So let's try this again. So we just got him out of the crate. Now I want him to wait. So I pulled up on his leash to have him sit, right? Okay. Now he's calmed down. Now we can go up the stairs calmly, right? Before he would pull me up the stairs. So if your dog starts pulling you up the stairs, give him a little bit of correction with the prong collar there. A little bit of information. Okay, now you're gonna have your dog wait at the door. You want to go outside? Yeah. So, as you can see, he's waiting at the door right here. So I open the door. I have a loose leash when I open the door, right? I want him to make the decision not to go outside. We're going to go closer to the door. So he sat. I don't necessarily require him to sit. It's nice if he sits, but I want him to wait. Okay. So once again, that okay command to let him come out. Sit. The last thing that you want to teach your dog to be calm is to go in and out of the car calmly. So Griff here is going to learn how to go in and out of the car calmly. So I used him particularly because he is kind of really excitable and gets really excited about things. So your dog may be more calm throughout this whole experience than this particular dog is. But that's why I used him, is so that you can see different dogs and their different experiences. So I want him to wait before he goes in the car. Good. Okay. So the same okay command, right? So the same okay command. And then I'm going to shut the door. And then to get him out of the car, come on, buddy. So I gave him a little bit leash pressure backwards because he wanted to jump out of the car. But I don't want him to jump out of the car. I want him to wait to jump out of the car. So I should, by the end of this, I should be able to open all these doors and the dog should stay in the car. And that's for safety reasons, right? You don't want your dog running out and running into the middle of the road, or maybe you're in a parking lot. You don't want your dog running out. So this is a very important thing for your dog to learn. Okay. So the important thing to remember is just that little bit of leash pressure backwards if your dog starts coming forward. You can also use your facial pressure. No. So that was leash pressure. Okay. So you can also use your facial pressure. So say he was trying to come out. I can come towards him to stop him from coming out of the car. Okay. Okay, so it's actually a really good idea to reduce affection to your dog. So when we give our dogs affection, it can actually make them more anxious, more hyper, and more aggressive if they're already anxious, hyper, and aggressive. Because we are rewarding their bad behavior. So if this dog was hyper and I was to pet it, then it would become more hyper because I am rewarding it for being hyper. Also, if you have a puppy, so puppies are usually pretty nervous sometimes. They go through actually fear periods. And when they're going through those fear periods, it's really a bad idea to pet your puppy when they're nervous, because that tells them that they should be nervous, and it reinforces that state of mind that they're in. So just as a rule of thumb, it's really good to be able to reduce that affection as much as possible, especially right after the board and train and for a couple months prior or after the board and train, so that your dog can become the best dog it can possibly be. And then I would actually increase, if you would like to increase that affection, you can do it incrementally after the board and train and see how it goes. Try reducing affection as much as possible, and then try introducing affection later on and see how it works out for you and your dog.